more at peace with myself and I like who I am as a person more. But the physical like attributes of it, right, is still something that I haven't like completely made peace with.
Yeah. I mean, it's still quite fresh. It's less than a year. You probably need time to, have come to terms with it.
Yeah.
In that sense. But like, what was the immediate reaction from your family, from your friends when you decided to do it?
Because generally I'm someone that's like very excitable. So when I shaved my hair, I was very excited to tell everybody. more than like they are like, oh my God, Lynette, I want to see. I was like, I want to show you. Yeah. So I was like trying to meet my friends and telling them like, hey guys, I shaved my hair. Then they are like, oh, and I think they're a bit awkward, like they don't know what to say. So I say, I show you. Then after that, they are like, okay, what are we supposed to say? I'm kidding, I guess you look fine. Like, I mean, they are my real friends, yeah. But maybe some of them are guys, they are a bit awkward in expressing. So, yeah. And my mom has been wanting me to shave for a very long time. Yeah. So when I shaved and then I asked her how I look, she didn't really like it. Yeah.
She asked you, but she didn't like it.
She asked me out of practical reasons because when I had trichotillomania and long hair, then I keep pulling. Then like we live in the same house, then there's hair everywhere on the floor, and she has to clean up after me. Yeah, it's like a dog that keeps shedding fur. Yeah, but then like after that, she I think her heart also aches. Like, my daughter like don't look very pretty, or like my daughter don't know how the society is going to view her now that she looks this way with her hair like that. But I'm always like, Mom, it's not that serious. Like everybody thinks I'm slay, man. I don't even know why you think people are judging me.
Yeah.
But I think from older generation POV, they just think that people would judge me. People would think that I have a problem or I didn't shave by choice, which I think some older people still think that way. Yeah.
You can't change their opinions.
Yeah, can't change their opinions.
I'm curious, did anything change when you shave your hair in terms of like, do you feel less, do you feel like it started like a switch flip in terms of not pulling your hair anymore?
At the start, I think it was like shaving my hair is a very big like change and stimulus. So like the change was so overwhelming that I think it took up all my other mental capacity to deal with other things. So it's like I was just coping with the fact that I have a shaved head. So I think because of that, the urge to pull decreased. Then after that, when my hair started growing a little bit out, I had the urge to pull again. Yeah, because I think it's a sensation. Like when you put your hand on your head and then you can sense the strand getting longer and you try pulling, then you can feel the tug, right? The resistance. Then you have then you have the urge to pull. So if my hair is like really, really short, I cannot even grab it, then I cannot feel the sensation, then I cannot pull.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how trich is for me. So I think at the start, sometimes also I get overwhelmed, get busy. I don't have time to shave my hair every week. Or like last time I was a bit slow at shaving my head, so it's a bit troublesome. Yeah. And then like I would be complacent and it will grow out. And then I do have like some bad moments here and there where I will still pull like 1-2 strands. Then I will tell myself like, stop, Lynette, like you did not like freaking shave your head, come so far just to repeat the whole thing again. Then I'll be like, no, faster go and shave your hair. Yeah.
Do you set a schedule of when to shave? Do you put in your calendar?
No, I'm not a very like routine person. Yeah, and sometimes I shave again because maybe next day I have an event, I want to look good. Yeah, and sometimes I don't shave because like every day I go home late, I'm very tired. I don't feel like shaving. Yeah, so but I try, at least I think by regulating my schedule, then I'm not always busy. When I have rest days, then I can shave and everything.
And you mentioned also previously you shave it yourself, right? You don't go to a barber.
Yes, I shave it myself. So I just take the trimmer, go to the toilet, and then just keep repeating until it feels even. It's very easy.
Yeah. Can go do it for the NS boys in Tekong.
It's super easy because like you don't have to make sure they are the same length or anything. You just have to put it against your skin and then like make sure it's even. And you keep repeating until nothing comes out. It's like means it's even already.
Yeah. I think I mean, I really admire your courage because, you know, as someone who's been through NS, right? Like shaving my head was the last thing that I was looking forward to. And I'm sure everyone who's gone through NS, whether male or female, will relate to it. It's like, it's the last thing that we want. And I think for you, it's a necessity. Yeah, which really it's courageous.
Yeah, I think I've never really, a lot of things are in hindsight. Like people tell me you're very brave, you're very courageous. Then I'm like, I've never really seen this act as being courageous or brave. Like I just do it because I felt like I need to.
Survival.
I had to. Yeah.
And you mentioned just asking you about the review to your friends and families, right? But now you're taking it into the streets where you're doing it with strangers, street interviews, and you wear a wig before you take it off and then explain to them. And, you know, like, I think when you do it with strangers, you could have gone different ways, many ways. Some people will be shocked, some people be stunned, right? But I think from watching those interviews, a lot of people empathize with you. A lot of people they didn't judge you because of how you look. So I think, what did these moments reveal to you about people and even yourself?
I think firstly for myself, like the moment where I approached them with my wig, and they obviously cannot tell it's a wig. They just thought like, oh, this is a tall girl with like long hair and she's talking to me. That's all. And then there is a fear because of like how they would react after I take off my wig. Compared to like now when I just walk out and then this is people's first impression of me. They already make that judgment whether or not they like it. Yeah, in my face. But now there is a change from something that's more socially acceptable to something that's less socially acceptable. Yeah, so I had that fear, like, I don't know if I'm afraid that they would physically show that they don't like it. Yes. Because
you don't tell them before you do it, right?
Yes. And it's like, sometimes you cannot hide facial expression, It's like, I don't like something means I don't like, right? Yeah, and then it's like, I'm also afraid of being judged in that sense. And it's silly lah. Like, why do opinions of strangers matter? But it's still like the need to please and to look good and to perform. Yeah. And then that's how it felt for me. But then I think after revealing and after, some of them kept it quite like professional, kept it quite like on the surface, means like they didn't really like share much. They just like, okay, I'm not really sure what to say.
Poker face.
Yeah. Like politically correct. Yeah. But a few of them, like, despite not having a great reaction when I show, they were willing to engage in a conversation with me after and learn more about it. I think those moments impacted me more than people who I take off, then they are like, yes, slay girl. Like, you know, then I'm like, okay. But when I see that change from them being not receptive or being maybe slightly negative about it to like, but they stop themselves from judging maybe and they want to learn more about it. And I think that really touched me. And I realized that sometimes, like, when people say Singaporeans or Singapore is a very judgmental society, it's not really true, because it's like, they just look judgmental on the surface, but actually, like, the barrier to break is so easy. Yeah, once you start opening up or you start sharing, actually you realize that they just look judgmental, but they are not really judgmental, and they are actually very willing to learn and about things that are different from them. At least in the younger generation.
Do you prepare for a negative reaction when you do it?
I think the people pleaser in me is like, if someone says something very negative, I will just like smile and be like, oh, okay, yeah. Then I probably like try to steer the conversation in a positive way. Yeah, and since I'm like half doing it as my own personal journey, but also half doing this for content, right? Yeah, so I'm like, if anybody says anything negative, it's gonna make the internet hate them. So it's great content. Yeah.
But what about like even online? Like, you know, you were saying like TikTok is one of like nasty
Haters,
place, cesspool of haters.
Yeah, TikTok, you're horrible.
Like, how do you deal with those comments online?
I just don't reply to them. Yeah. Or sometimes I get very spiteful. I think every once in a while we get spiteful. Then I will say something very sarcastic back. Or yeah. I think I don't really generally engage in them much. Maybe at the start I would be quite affected because not a lot of people comment on my videos, and literally that few people that comment are like negative. Like I want like attention on my videos, right? But like all the attention I'm getting is negative.
Yeah.
And that's not the plot I'm going for. Like I'm not trying to like
but it's still
be
engagement.
controversial. Yeah.
It's still engagement.
I'm like
well.
I'm the wholesome healing girly. Like I'm not supposed to be hated. Yeah. So I think it's very dejecting of when like I see that. But it made me realize that there's all sorts of people in the world, and like definitely people who won't be able to see your view, or people who just want to hate.
Yeah, I feel you, girl. Like as an authentic girly on my socials, I get a lot of hate and comments, right? But instead of getting angry, I get creative. I try to be creative in the way I answer them. Pin comments, like your comments, you know?
Yeah.
It's like turn it into a game. Like because my life is not, I don't live my life to please you. My bills are not paid for you, so why do I need to listen to your comments? So I turn it into something fun for me.
I think for you, like I feel like the lashback is even stronger compared to me, because as like genetically male, I feel like people are a lot harsher to what they say to like outward appearance men than like a woman. Yeah. You have anything to say about that?
I would say true. Like, if you read about, like, especially trans people in sports, right? And also, like, the bathrooms issue as well, you hear more about the trans women and gender fluid people like me rather than the trans men.
Yeah.
Because I guess society is very patriarchal.
Yes.
Where when you look like a man, they accept you immediately. And when you are a man, or when you are a cis man, identifying as a trans woman or gender fluid person, then that's when people get comfortable because of what society has built in us.
Yes. Yeah, and I think like maybe because generally like softer traits used to be associated more with like females, and then it's like I do feel like, because my major is in sociology and everything, so I do feel like people are more forgiving of female mistakes than male mistakes and everything. Yeah, as a female, I feel like it's quite unfair. And like sometimes I don't know what I can do, because it's like I know that like men are not given this safe space to express how they feel and everything. And there are recently, like, I don't know, I feel like there have been like people losing their life because of these issues. And I think it's a very, very big issue. Yeah.
But I also would say, you know, like, especially women leaders or in the corporate setting or even in politics, right? Like, when they make a mistake, or just a simple example, women drivers on the road, like they get the bare brand of comments, misogynistic comments,
right.
every time they make a mistake also.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy what people will say about women.
Yeah. But to think about it, right, I think like men attack women, but women don't attack women. But both men and women...
Not true, girl.
Oh, really?
Not all women are allies. I heard that somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so far, all the girlies are very kind to me.
You're lucky. You found the right girlies.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's pivot a little bit and talk about your fledgling creator journey. Yeah, you're still a baby creator, right?
Baby, just reached 10K.
Yeah, yay! Celebrate the wins.
Road to 100K.
a million. You need to manifest.
But
But I think, you know, talking about your career journey, I want to move a little bit backwards also, but about your work with special needs kids, right? And that's something you haven't talked about yet. And it's also something very close to my heart because my daughter might be on the autism spectrum. She has developmental delays. But how has that work that you did with special need kids help you with your career journey so far in terms of like the patience, the empathy, or even like how you tell your story? Yeah.
That's a very nice question. Thank you. I've never really thought of it like being directly related. Yeah, but I guess it makes sense. Like it has shaped me to be the person I am and hence the values that I share online. I think being an educator definitely taught me how to be patient because like it's a job and I have to teach someone something at the start. Like example, I was teaching dance first before I teach special needs. And when people don't get it, like you cannot lose your cool. You gotta repeat it because it's the job. You gotta repeat it until they get it. And if they don't get it, you have to find other ways to repeat the same thing until they get it because your job is to teach. Yeah. And I think that sort of like trains up my patience. And then when in special needs, the bigger moments are always when like you see the kid happy or like celebrating, and those moments like outshine all the crazier moments where like they melt down, where you have to chase after them from like the first floor to the fifth floor. Yeah, or like they climb out of the cupboard for I don't know what reason.
My daughter. Wow, I've been chasing her everywhere.
Yeah. Or like, when they break down because they cannot express themselves. All those very, very down moments that affect me emotionally also. But when you see them thriving, those very small pockets, yeah, I think it makes you feel like everything is worth it. Yeah. So I find that feeling very magical that like I can help in that manner or I can make them feel understood. Yeah. When maybe society don't really want to, because it takes a lot of time to get to know them. Yeah. And I think a lot of people dismiss them at the very first glance because of the way they act. Which I'm also very pissed about. Like, every time MRT got like special needs kids and everything, that people would judge, people would like think that they are like weird or like they would attack people. Yeah, and like give stares, stand very far away. Yeah, I really hate those kind of behaviors. Yeah, and how does it affect my content creation journey? I think all this really made me have a lot more empathy for people who are going through things or people who I don't understand. Because do I understand how it feels like to be on the spectrum? I don't. Yeah, but it's something that I cannot understand, but something that I still can help, something that I still can try to do something about it. Yeah. I don't have their experience, but I can be as close to whatever tools I have. Yeah. So I think that has made me very open-minded to people who are very different from me, because maybe since young I also feel like I'm very different from other people and people are not understanding of it. Yeah, a lot of it is like what people don't give me, then I decided that I want to give to other people in the end. Yeah, so I think when I share, it's like I'm trying to preach like you can be different in all the different ways, and not necessarily in my way. I'm not trying to say like everybody relate to me. Yeah. But I'm just telling you that it's okay to be different, to be yourself. Yeah. Because I'm being myself and then I'm different. And then also to encourage people who think that Singaporeans always say like, I'm very boring one. I'm just a boring Singaporean. But I hate when people say that also. Like, I don't think anyone is like truly boring. It's just like you haven't really found like your spark, or you haven't found a way to see yourself more like colorfully. Yeah. So I don't know why they want to talk down to themselves. Yeah, like you're not boring. Yeah. I'm sure like you have something unique about you that you just need to believe in it yourself.
Yeah, I think what you say about, even though you teach special need kids, but you are not on the spectrum and you still have a lot of things that you need to learn. I think for me it's the same as a parent, right? Like when my daughter was diagnosed, it was like a shock to me, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to communicate with her. I didn't know what I needed to do to make her communicate with me because she's non-verbal. So, even when she went for therapy, the therapist was saying that it's not just helping her, but also the parents, right? Because we really have no idea what to do. So there were a lot of like homework for us. There were a lot of like after like tuition for us, workshops that we have to go through. And I think like it's still an ongoing journey, and there are different challenges that will pop up as we grow, as she grows older. But yeah, like I say, like, I'm constantly learning like you.
I think that's amazing. Like the amount of love that a parent has to like, willing to do so many things just to like be on the same page as their kid.
And also like my content also now, I'm talking a lot more about neurodiversity. Encouraging people to get their kids diagnosed early. And I think because we have the platform to talk about it, and we want to help someone out there, right, that is still struggling or is still a few steps behind us, haven't catch up yet. And if we continue to share the stories that we do, it's very powerful.
Yeah, sometimes I don't think like people are behind us. It's just like they are at a stage where we have experienced it, and they just experience it. That's what I meant. Or like also people on the spectrum, like I always see it as like they have a different language.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they have a different language, and like we are so neurotypical that we only learn like one language, and we assume like this language is the best language, is the dominating language, and everybody should talk like us. But like if there are more people on the spectrum in this world, they would become the dominant language. Yeah. So why can't we learn someone else's language also?
What's your creator journey like so far? Because you are about to turn 30, you're so young.
Oh my God, don't expose my age.
Oh no. Bleep that out.
I'm 21.
So I mean, how has your creator journey been like? Would you say it's comparable to your dance journey? Are there similarities? Are you ready to make a real impact? The Human Algorithm Podcast is where technology, business, and DEI intersect, sparking conversations that matter. As a self-funded content creator and a proud queer, gender-fluid journalist, I'm here to amplify voices that challenge the status quo. But this journey needs your support. Sponsoring the Human Algorithm Podcast means aligning your brand with purpose-driven storytelling while supporting LGBTQIA+ owned businesses. Your sponsorship helps fund vital projects, including speech therapy for my daughter, podcast hosting, and raising awareness for inclusive mental health care. Let's collaborate to drive meaningful change. Reach out to me via email, socials, and my Substack.
I see a lot of similarities. I think because I'm a very creative person, and I just by doing more things outside of dance that's also in the creative field has made me realize that the way I think will never like be very like predictable. Yeah, and that's part of being creative, right? Yeah, I think content creation is just like dance. The closer I am to my authentic self, the more I can express my ideas better. Yeah, and like just different mediums, painting, dancing, scripting, using words. Yeah, or like I like to model and take photos as well, like modeling. Yeah.
In terms of what's the highlight for you so far? Like, do you get a lot of people asking you for advice? Do you get a lot of DMs asking for help?
The highlight is like, I'm popular, no?
Oh, slay!
I'm not. I'm just a mini creator. The highlight is probably like when people, I think similar as what you shared previously, when people say that, send me long messages saying that they can totally relate and they have never met anybody that has gone through the same thing. They have never met anybody who expressed the way they feel, and it brings them so much comfort. Yeah, I think it's very healing for me for all the times when I felt that way and I felt like I was so alone and no one was there to like help me. Yeah, so I think a lot of people like always thank me, but I feel like I need to thank them. Yeah, because they are healing me. Yeah, and I actually did all this like as a part of my own healing.
Yeah.
And the byproduct is like inspires people. Yeah. And it's like我没有这么伟大, like I'm not so like I don't like do it just for people. Yeah. It's actually for myself. Yeah. But in the process, like people tell me that it helps them. And I think that's really like a major highlight. Then I realized that it's beyond me. Like my purpose now is much greater and much more important. Yeah. Like not in a way like I feel burdened or I have responsibility over them, but more like I have to be careful of what I say. And if I can impact this amount of people with what I'm currently doing, then like how more can I impact more people?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally relate to that, because I think once I started sharing my story more, right, I got a lot of like, podcast interviews, a lot of panel speaking. And every time I shared my story and what I went through and why I'm doing what I'm doing, it's a bit like I'm doing it for me because I'm still healing, right? We are still on the healing journey. And every time I do it, like when I finish speaking, I'm like, I need to rest. I need to decompress. I need to do it. I need to sit one corner and not talk anymore, because it's like I'm still feeling it. It's still so real to me. It still feels so raw
like
to me.
reliving it.
Yeah, but I'm speaking into truth. I'm speaking into power, so that I'm healing from it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So and I think that kind of changed recently after my last speaking event, and I was speaking at a transgender SG event, and this person came up to me and they said that they are seeing a therapist, and their therapist used my story to help them, and was using it as an example, and I just felt like I've crossed the stage where I'm doing it for myself only.
Yes.
I'm at the stage where I'm now also helping others to go through it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot like what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we didn't realize that it's such a privilege to be put in this position where we can impact others. Yeah. Because that wasn't our original intent. Yeah. But we realized that, that's possible.
Yeah.
And more things are possible and more things are happening.
Yeah. But at the same time also, I get real requests, like, relationship advice, that kind of thing. Or even like most recently on Facebook, someone who I haven't spoken to in a while reached out to me and telling me a lot of personal stuff.
Right.
So, and I'm not a therapist, so I can't help them in that sense. But for you, like, how do you draw the line? How do you draw the boundary?
I also have like all these weird requests. Like got people tell me their marriage failing and ask me to be their relationship therapist. Yeah. Which I am. I major in psychology, but I'm totally not certified to do so.
Yeah.
I think I always reply with a lot of boundary, and it's easy to set boundary because they are strangers and they are probably from the other side of the world, most of them. Yeah, some of them from Singapore. Yeah, and it's like this level of safeness, the idea that I'll never see them. Yeah, but I feel like I will tell them, like, I will acknowledge them in whichever ways that they are suffering or hurting.
Yeah.
But I would say like, what works for me. And I wouldn't advise like them anything. Yeah, I would just say, this is what I do when I feel down. Yeah. If you want to give a try, or if not, like, is there any other services that you can approach in your area that's more relevant to you?
Yeah, I think that's the safest way to do it, because you don't want to give any advice that might. A lot like ChatGPT. A lot of people ask ChatGPT for advice. And then there's a lot of like this suicide attempts or suicide cases because ChatGPT can't encourage them.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to bring up like, because recently I shaved my hair for Trichotillomania, and in a way like my Trichotillomania did get better. Like I'm no longer pulling for as long as I've shaved my head. So there's people with Trichotillomania that message me asking me if they should shave their hair. So I really, that was really, all those messages are really hard to reply, because I sense the desperation that they are in, and the same desperation I've had for the past 12 years. Like I really want to be free of it. I really don't want it to be constantly weighing me down in all the aspects of my life. But like, it so far for the past 10 months has worked for me, but we don't know what will happen in the future.
Yeah.
And I don't know like when you shave.
You don't know whether it's temporary or permanent solution
exactly.
yet.
Yeah. As I'm sharing so much, I'm not cured of it. I'm not fully healed of it. Yeah. And I think even when I share about shaving for trich, there are also people with